Shalom royalty, it's Ellie here. So it's been a few days and it's been pretty awesome. My sister just graduated. That was the reason why I was gone for a few days. And so we traveled up to Nashville to her school, and she graduated with her Bachelor of Arts in Biology. And so, yeah, all praises to the Most High for that. I remember it was some days where she would be like, yo, I got this exam, I got this test. I'm just praying that I remember everything, because it's like sometimes she said that some of the stuff that was on the test wasn't in the study guide or in the book area that they were assigned to read and stuff like that. And that's the same way life is. Like, as much as you study or read, there's always going to be something that isn't in the book. Even in the Bible, there's situations that are not specific to a Bible scripture or Bible passage. It's just something in life that we have to, use wisdom for, be wise as serpents and harmless as doves. That's where that particular passage comes in. Because otherwise, why would we have to use wisdom if God told us everything? But anyway, that's all. That was just something that was on my mind. But I wanted to talk about. I'm watering my garden right now, so I wanted to talk about this journey I've been on. I am now 2 months vegan and celibate. So me being vegan, that's gonna end after June 19th, because I'm just vegan on a vegan fast for the season of spring. But me being celibate, that is something that I am going to continue doing until I am remarried or in a situation that would be considered marriage, because at this point it's weird, because in America you legally can't be in a polygynous marriage, so documents go out the window for that, and so I just have to be on the same page as my partner if that's what we decide to do. So it just all depends. So it is what it is. But regardless though, being vegan has been awesome. During this fast, it's been very interesting. I went to go eat out with my family a lot over the past weekend, and it was always funny. It's always a conversation topic. It's like, oh, well, she's vegan. She has to get particular food and, avoid these things and stuff like that. And I love it. I love it, honestly, because I feel my body being healthier. I can feel my body being healthier because my body reacts to things differently. One thing that I can say is I wish I had more energy in the morning, because I simply don't like getting up in the morning sometimes, and that's where coffee comes in to help me. But I'll probably just do something else for that. I don't know. But being vegan hasn't really changed that. I will stay in the bed and keep sleeping. But as far as how I feel, my body feels great. I ended up losing some weight. I don't really measure my weight like that on a scale, but I can tell when, my clothes feel looser, when my stomach feels tighter, when my stomach is flatter and stuff like that. I can just tell. And so also with that, it's made me more sensitive to what's been going on in the spirit. And the thing is, things have been increasing in frequency in general. So even if I wasn't vegan, I probably would have some sort of deeper understanding of what's happening in the spirit realm. But I do believe that being vegan has really enhanced that feeling for me. And so the reason I started it was, for one thing, to do a body... Oh, it's a frog! Hey, Mr. Frog! Hi! Hey there! Let me get some water on him and see what happens. There he goes! He's so cute! Okay. to do a body cleanse. I had some situations going on. Like I said, I am now celibate for 2 months as well. So increasing my walk with God required some sort of sacrifice. So I was like, okay, what can I sacrifice? Being vegan. Cheese is one of my favorite items to consume. I love cheese. I love different things that are like dairy. And so that was one of the main sacrifices. I really like beef as well. And this is one of the things that goes into being an Israelite too. We're not supposed to eat pork. I love pork. Pork tastes delicious. I like bacon. I like ham. All that stuff. I don't like chitlins or like, pig's feet or pig ears, pig snout. I don't really like that stuff. But like the basic things like sausage and bacon, yeah, that was me. I really enjoyed that. But now I understand that I actually can live without it. Like my favorite dish at Chipotle will be the carnitas bowl. I can get the beef bowl. Really, I just got to add some salt to my stuff. That's all pork is. It's like salty beef. So it does taste a little different, but I can live without it. It's okay. And so, but that's the thing though. When people talk about, don't call what God made unclean. Well, he called it unclean himself. And if that's all you have, like if you're in a field and all you have is swine to eat, that's different. That's very different. But when you have an abundance of food that you can eat and you're choosing to eat what's unclean, now that's different. It's like, just like, you have the option to buy organic food. You have the option to buy food that is actually good for you, that you can cook, but instead you choose to buy processed food that isn't good for you. It's the same concept. That's all that is. It's not to say like, oh, pigs are bad and blah, blah, blah. No, the things that come from pigs is bad. Pigs themselves are just animals. So, you can't blame the pig. You can still have them on your farm. You can still have them as your livestock. They can still do their job and consume what you would consider waste if you decide not to compost it. It's just eating them. We're really not supposed to do that. But, to each his own. That's something that you have to talk about with the Lord. My dad does practice like Muslim tradition, so he automatically never ate pork when we were younger, and we hated it, so we would always sneak and eat some pork over my family's house. And so now I'm going back to what my dad was doing when we were younger, so it is what it is. My mom doesn't really eat pork either, so that's something that I grew up with, but I tried to get out of it all. I was like, yo, it tastes good though. But, getting back to that. And being celibate now, it's awesome because I realized that I had a soul tie with a particular individual, and it was annoying because at first it was like, okay, I let them know I was celibate, but we can still like grow our relationship and stuff. And then a bunch of stuff started happening that was not good, especially if you're considering a relationship with this person. And so it started to become toxic really, because it was like, they could contact me, but I can't contact them. I'm being blocked and stuff, but they still want to talk to me, asking me for pictures and stuff, whether it was like nude pictures or just like, hey, what you look like, because I'm blocked on social media, so they can't see me on social media now. I'm like, this is weird. So I just asked them not to contact me anymore. And the thing was, it was weird for that too, because I was like, it was kind of impulsive when I said it. So I was like, look, let me just follow up and just be like, hey, it was a little time later. I was like, hey, look, I like you and everything. I think you're cool. You're smart. And to be very honest, it would be like some weird spiritual stuff that happened around them too. So I was like, I'm not just going to completely discredit this person. We did share some good times other than just us fornicating. And so I was like, I like you and everything, but this type of behavior can't continue. And I just kept it very simple and basic. I was like, I didn't say I deserve respect, but that's what I said essentially. It's like, you need to contact me properly, and I need to be able to contact you. Like, this is weird what you're doing right now. They haven't responded back to that, which is fine with me. I said, if you decide to respond, cool. If you don't, cool. I said my piece, and I just needed to let my heart be known. And so I said it right there, because I'm like, bottom line, I'm not having sex with anybody. I don't mind growing a relationship with someone so I can get to know them better. And if we happen to get together, cool. But as of right now, I still got legal stuff that I need to handle with my ex. And with that alone, I don't want to mix any emotions in with anybody, including my ex. And he's talking to me about trying to get back together and stuff. And I'm like, no, there's we had a long conversation about it, and he still exhibits behaviors that caused us to break up in the first place. So I'm like, yeah, it's not a wise decision. He didn't talk about growing his relationship with God or anything. And I'm like, how am I supposed to trust that you're a different person when you haven't really evolved in your spiritual walk? So no, thank you. That's one of the main reasons that a lot of the issues happen the way that they did. But that's been cool too. And people also don't really realize being celibate also means you don't masturbate either. So this whole no fap, no nut, that type of concept also applies to celibacy. And that's been awesome too, because when you resist it for a while, it just no longer becomes a desire. And I'll still face it sometimes. Like one time, it was like a dream I was having. And I was like, dang, is this a dream or is this real life? And so, yeah, the incubus spirit will try to attack you in your dreams sometimes. But when you wake up, just pray about it and see what happens. Sometimes you won't know if it actually happened or not, but it is what it is. That's how when you're talking about spiritual warfare, it happens like that sometimes, where you really have to guard yourself, guard your dreams, guard your mind. And that's the crazy thing about it. I don't even consume sexual content. And I was like, why is this spirit trying to attack me? Because I'm resisting it so much. But after a while, it fled, it went away. And so you'll still have those little nudges, little urges every once in a while, but they go away. It's not a big deal. I also want to share, I don't think people really understand how serious sexual sin is. Sexual sin is really the only sin that you actually commit against yourself. Because the thing is, like I said, I had a soul tie. So I would constantly be thinking about this person. And it's we're not married legally, nor do we live together or have children together or anything like that. All we did was fornicate. And so it was I'm being consumed with thoughts of this person and building a future when this person really isn't taking me seriously. So why is this I need to stop wasting my brain power on this particular individual? How can I break this? So I said what I said, prayed about it, and it's it is what it is after this point. If they decide to get their act together and actually take me seriously, then cool, okay, I'm still not sleeping with you. But if they decide not to contact me again, all right, I'm not going to trip. It was for a season, and that's all it is. Despite anything that we talked about, that's it. That's the end. And so, and being in that place is, sometimes it can be scary. And it only seems scary because of the things that, you desire after. And it's but I thought this was going to happen. I thought that was going to happen. And sometimes it's just not what's going to happen. And that's okay. Because those things still could happen, but with a different person. You never know. So I also started learning about familiar spirits and familiar souls. And I feel like that has a lot to do with it as well, because, like I said in one of my previous videos, I did the whole hoe face thing. It was 3 or 4 guys. I don't care about any of them really, except for that one person. And so it was why did I get emotionally attached to this person over everybody else? Aside from spending a lot of time together, I just enjoyed them as a person. And, you know, it was like, they're really funny, which is very important to me in a relationship. I don't like boring people. I find myself to be boring sometimes. So I'm like, two boring people in a relationship can't work. So I have to be laughing. Stand-up comedy is like one of my favorite things. Somebody who's talented, they have artistic skills. And, you know, just different things that are out of the box. I'm not looking for a high value man as far as like making money goes. I could teach him how to make money, even if he doesn't want to do what I do. All we got to do is learn how to make passive income and build a net worth. All you have to do is buy $1 million property or $1 million worth of real estate, which could be several rental properties or whatever, and you're a millionaire. It's not a big deal. It's not something that's complicated. So I'm like, that's not even what I'm focused on, really. I just want somebody that I can get along with for the long term, because that's the thing. It's like, you know, it's not about, can this person take care of me 100%? Because, yeah, that's what's expected out of a man. Duh. It's about, you know, what type of character does this person display? And so that was what I was looking at. And I really ended up liking that person. But they just have certain things that they need to go through in life. Same thing with my ex. It's like he just needs some time to go through some things and, you know, actually take, you know, certain situations seriously. I can't really respect a man who doesn't take his relationship with God seriously, you know, because at that point it's like, what do you base your life on then? Because even if someone says that they don't believe in the Christian God or whatever, or they don't believe in Allah specifically, if you're not even saying anything like, you know, meditation and connecting with your higher self to receive guidance, then you're just going off of what you see carnally. You're not even seeing in the spirit, and I can't trust that for everything. So it is what it is. That's just, you know, some stuff that's going on in my life. I'll show you guys what the garden looks like so far. I gotta tell y'all what happened with the tomato plant. So these are the green beans. They're flowering a little bit. Those little buds right there, those are flowers where the green beans are going to be growing. Same thing for this. Sweetie is always going wild. The ghost pepper has some buds right there. Now the jalapenos, they are doing really good. They got 3 jalapenos growing right there. The hot banana pepper has 1 right here. The basil, you know, lettuce, we're trying. The spinach is doing pretty good though. So we had, if y'all remember, we had a small tomato on the tomato plant, and it got pretty big by the time we got back home. My son decided that he wanted to pick it because he thought it was big enough. So it's gone. It's no longer there. It's okay though. We got some other tomato buds coming, so, you know, it's not the end of the world. It was just the first tomato. I was so sad. I was so sad. And then here we are with the bell peppers. Yep. So yeah, that's it. I also have a aloe vera plant inside of my house. I'll show you guys that. Okay, so this is my aloe vera plant, and I have an avocado seed that I'm trying to grow. That's my mom's flower next to it. So we'll see if the seed cracks out or whatever it's supposed to do. But this is the aloe vera plant right here. So yeah, that'll be it for this video. I hope you guys are having a great day, and, you know, it's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of changes being made everywhere. Today is also the lunar eclipse. It's supposed to be like a red moon, blood moon, something like that. So it's supposed to be like a huge energy shift happening at the moment. It is what it is, you know. Don't let that stuff like get in the way of anything you have going on. Don't let it control how you feel. If you happen to feel it, cool, embrace it for the good. If you don't feel it, don't feel bad. Don't stress out about like, oh, the lunar eclipse happened and I didn't ascend in consciousness. That's okay, because you're ascending in consciousness regardless whether you want to or not. If you are consuming certain types of content, if you're meditating, if you're praying, and you are growing your relationship with the Most High, it's just happening. So just because on a particular day you didn't feel something, it's okay. And if you do feel something on that particular day, then that's awesome. Ooh, I need to go brush my teeth. Then that's awesome. Embrace it. Like I said, use that new energy for the good, for positive, peace. Hold on. Yeah, peace. Positive energy always creates elevation. So, yeah, that is what's it called? Quoted by Rashad Jamal. So, yeah, oh yeah, with the aliens thing too. Don't freak out. Don't freak out over aliens at all. And they're not a big deal. When you see one, just be like, hey, what's up? What are you here for? And ask them their purpose. If they say I come in peace, then just chill. Don't believe them 100%. Just be like, okay, what's your mission? I could just get some details and see what's up. Because, aliens are agents. The same way that people are agents and stuff, the aliens can be agents too. So don't let I come in peace fool you. Yeah. Okay, that's it for this one. Shalom, royalty. I'll see you in the next one. Tawada.